Let her rip, Tater Chip.
We are live. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. If Bets shows up,
I'm not showing it up on the phone yet.
Mine showed up. Mine showed up on the phone.
Just now. Okay.
Just got a notification.
We're late. We're late to our own party. Okay, question and answer day. Get your questions ready. I'm starting to star.
Hi, Lee.
Do we want to start off with?
There it is.
What we were going to start off with?
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Well,
Wait. Got my 8-ball.
Okay.
Let's start off.
For the immediate viewers, viewer discretion is advised.
Yes.
Viewer discretion is advised. View at your own discretion, not perspective.
Who wants to start it off?
The 8-ball.
There's going to be a couple little dark things.
Well, the 8-ball said no, but I'm going against the 8-ball.
Uh-oh.
I'm behind the 8-ball.
He's poking the bear already today. Okay.
Yeah.
I am so ready.
Nadia, why don't you? It was requested by you to look up the Mississippi World's Fair. We were going to cover that one real quick before we jump into whatever.
Yeah, I promised Peg I would look into the World's Mississippi Transatlantic and get to that one. All right.
SISSIPPI.
Yes, it was. Now, in 1898, Nebraska's World Fair Trans-Mississippi International Expo. They had 2.6 million people show up. There were 4,062 exhibitions in 5 months in 184 acres. We were also discussing that they had living dolls at that time. We do have some pictures, Jen. So if you want to show that.
Living what?
Living dolls. So I think it's the beginning of the Cabbage Patch or the Incubator Babies.
Oh, okay.
So let's see if Jen has.
I'm looking.
I'm looking. They also had like some structures, similar structures to all the other World's Fair. The white, the statues, the very intricate. Depending on what Jen pulls out first. And I'm saying hi to everybody because on my iPad, I can't see anything. So if I miss you guys, I'm sorry.
I miss you.
I missed you.
Yeah,
I missed you guys. Thanks.
So much.
What happened?
What happened?
Oh,
Got pictures disappearing on me.
No. Hi,
Are you not up?
Hi.
Nope.
I hit the wrong button.
He's stuttering.
I even labeled these things.
You labeled them?
Labeled them everything. I can't find it.
You use the official certified label maker.
Embossing gun.
That's what I'm missing here. Okay.
You should see how many stickers are on labels are on that.
Listen, my parents put labels on clear bins.
Even though you can see through it. All right.
Thank you.
I think I got everybody. Yeah, I think didn't see Jules there. Sorry, Jules. All right. So other than that, let's see what else. There was really not much that was introduced there. There was something that was interesting, but I really need to see the pictures first because are they going to work, or should I talk about it?
I put one up. Michael just has to activate it. So, come on, Merlin.
It's got to be the right one. You know,
Please?
You got the right frequency. You ready? Clap.
There it is.
There
Nope, wrong picture. That one you want?
That's the one you sent me.
I sent you a lot this morning.
Well, I know, but you said incubator. Which one you want? I have 5.
The whole World Fair. But okay, I thought it was in order. All right, this is the
No,
No, your computer put them out of order. So
okay. This was in 1900 in France. They showed the incubator babies. They also had these incubator babies, like they were taking them around the world. Mm. All right. We got to keep going back. There's a film of Cabbage Patch Fairy. This was so weird. She was pulling these kids inhumanely out of the cabbages and laying them on the ground. So I decided to show what, if you guys want to look at the film. And that's in 1896.
yeah, it's gross.
It was gross.
And
I
then,
mean,
go ahead.
so the first ones would be the buildings, Jen, way in the beginning.
Yeah, that's a different set.
World Fair, Trans Mississippi.
Portal number 2.
Oh, I have to have a new sound.
Bingo.
Probably so. All right, let's do this one.
Boom, boom.
Better remember, I'm doing this on my computer.
And I'm going to put the link to that Cabbage Patch video in the chat.
Yeah, there is a
One.
movie. It's called.
All right, here's a building.
Here's the building.
Here's a
Here's
building.
a church. And
Here's the steeple.
Let's look inside and see all the people. All right, so that's one of them. Oh yeah, these are the creepy photos we found.
Yeah, thanks, Peg. No, actually, it was a nice lead because I was looking for that stuff. All right, look at how similar it is to like the Chicago, the New York. These are all like, we were trying to stay under the 1900s, like not too far up, because then they destroyed these buildings.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at how high the doors are.
But wait, isn't that hay and paper mache buildings? Just saying.
Plaster.
Yeah.
Plaster.
Yeah. All right. You could just slide it by, Jen. Slide it through.
Well, they put
It's
them
up
out.
to you. Okay, go ahead and do what you do. Oh, darkness and
Do what
dawn.
you do so well.
Yeah.
Look at some of the shows that they had over there.
Dante's Inferno.
Yep.
Mhm.
You know what that reminds me of? That building reminds me of that
Taco
movie.
Bell.
No. Dusk Till Dawn.
Dusk Till
That's
Dawn.
still on. Yes,
Movie.
it does.
Yeah. We also noticed, by the way, at this World's Fair, there were no children, except there's a child. That's that a little lady or a little guy in front of in a white?
I think
All
they
right.
call them little people.
Little people.
What
That's
the
the new-
little boy
that's the
looks like.
That's the new world.
Little
Yeah, we were looking at some of the videos, and there were
Uncle
hardly any.
Inferno.
There were no children in the video. Look at this one. I mean, how can you make that?
They were
It's a
all at
bag-
Disney World or Disneyland.
and it says
I think it's
idols
supposed to be a
of
dragon.
art. Well, we thought it was a dragon.
thought it was a
Isn't it
bat.
like more like a bat or a draconian? So I think that would be like the first cards to pull, Jen.
Okay.
Is that nefarious?
I don't
And
know
the
about
thing,
that.
if you read it, it says idols of art. It's kind of hard to see the signs behind it.
And sensation of all Europe.
Oh, and I want you guys
Something
to
new.
also look at J. Rocco, kind of. I love his name. Look at the way they're dressed. So just pay attention to the way exactly the women are dressed as. They got the long dresses and all.
Yep.
And that's going to come in another show. They also had like roller coasters, like in what did we say this was? 1898. Did they
Yeah.
have electricity to make those roller coasters go? Was it free electricity?
Yes.
What year was this?
1898.
98.
Oh,
I mean, to move
I mean, you can see the power lines above you.
yeah, we were talking about the power lines. That's what we were wondering.
You mean
Was
officially?
this-
Officially was okay.
Was this the time when electricity was flipped into Thomas Edison? But we're doing the first one about
Okay.
this bat house.
This is interesting because I asked if this was nefarious, and this says it's not.
It's not.
This was just created to get people's attention. That's a judgment card. But done by extremely high up leaders. So it doesn't say good or bad. I can keep pulling.
Okay, maybe it changes the energy of fear.
Well, that's just it. It's what was put in it.
Yeah.
It changes energy. The King of Swords is about that's the real truth behind it. So there is more to it than what they're saying.
Mm-hmm.
This is an excellent cup of coffee. Excellent.
I don't know that we've come across a building like this with that kind of detail that looks like a creature in any other world fair, did we?
Or is it the monster from the Black
From the
Lagoon?
There you go. We're on the same wavelength.
My twin.
The creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yeah, so is it more about entertainment? Well, because it's talking about the arts. So is this just, it doesn't say nefarious like draconian. It's just kind of, it's there to stand out and get people's attention according to the cards.
But you remember how we said that the negative people have to show in plain sight?
To show their truth, yeah.
So is that showing its truth?
Well, yeah, I would think so. But look how many people are just blind to it. They just think, oh, it's probably a representation of the really cool movie or something. They don't really think about the energy behind it.
I'll give an example of energy behind things. Okay, you wear a ring. Okay, you've all heard of signet rings. In other words, they're flat or they have an image on something.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you put that ring on your left or right hand and you turn the face down,
yeah.
Okay,
Oh, it's a stamper.
that was evil. That was evil. There's an evil connection behind that. It's about placing your mark forcefully. It really is it's actually a very dark thing. You guys can do it real quick, but it's something we take for granted. Oh, it's a signet ring. It's an armor guy on there. It's a lady. There's actually a very powerful thing on that when it's on the pinky finger and it's
the pinky finger. Yeah. Isn't that like mafia signet?
That doesn't come from there, believe it or not. This actually has an Arabian origin from everything I've studied on it.
Yeah, so the Pope doesn't have it on the pinky finger.
No.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen people with it on.
Or royalty.
Royalty.
Yeah.
I would assume so. But there's some kind of what do they call it?
Yeah, but none of them could
mysticism behind it.
Oh,
yeah, it's. But everyone thinks it's very innocent. They see them, they'll see people's initials on it. That was like you leaving your mark, and that could be for good or bad. It could be used against you. It could be used as power, the whole bit. But I'm just saying, a lot of people don't realize just everyday things that we took for granted.
But it could also be their signature because they probably didn't know spell.
That is true. I mean, but see, they generally had back in these times, the early 1900s, 99% of the world wore a pocket watch, not a wristwatch, and they would have their stamp on a little ballard that if they had to really approve something real quick, they would put their mark on it. I can show you some of them at some point.
Okay, so Jen, also on this question, we said is this when it was flipped to show there was no free energy?
Yeah, because when you start to see the electric poles and stuff start coming into this.
So guys, what do you feel on that? What do you get? Is this when electricity was flipped?
Flipped.
Where
flipped
you have
from free energy, to lines.
To poles and lines and all that kind of stuff.
You know, it was already there from what I got beforehand.
No, we're talking about the electric lines. See how you have electric poles now? That's Edison?
Yeah.
So is that to show there was no such thing as free energy?
Are those
Yes.
actually power poles or are they telegraph poles?
Oh, well, that's true.
It's going to be actually back then it mostly was direct current. They generally stayed lower to the ground. The telegraph poles is what was up high, so King may be onto something there.
All right.
Yeah, they put the direct current lines a little closer to the people could handle, like touch them and electrocute themselves. You know, it was win-win.
Okay, so cards are confirming telegraph. Okay, this is
Right.
strategically done. They have to be put up high for communication. That's strength. These are good. And then I have the star card. So this is about telecommunication stuff. That's a quantum card. So it's technology, but not electricity. So, okay,
See,
All
see
right.
there, I didn't even have to use my 8-ball for that.
there you go.
I'm glad we got Age over here to help us.
All right, let's do.
Okay, so Jay wasn't with us last week or last Wednesday. Wow, I am losing. They moved the clock back. I have no sense
Where
of
has
days
Jay
anymore.
been?
Jay hasn't been with us on Wednesday, so
Where's Waldo? Thank you.
so he asked if there was a marker. Oh yeah, look at how many people were at the Nebraska Mississippi World's
Mhm.
Fair. That's crazy.
But we
The
don't
way I-
see any
The way
children.
I understand it, there wasn't even that many people that lived within the state at that time. Of
Yeah.
what visited there. Am I correct on that? If I remember right?
Yeah, but also they said basically
Yeah.
these things were for elites. You know, they probably had like the beginning was for the elites, and then after were probably for the lower people. But yeah, we were looking, and they're basically adults.
And where are the children?
So, and then there's the other picture. The next picture would be, look at that. They're even on top of the buildings.
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. Everybody squeeze in.
It's
Let's
just plaster. Yeah, it's just plaster. The building.
smile for the Kodak camera.
All right, let's find another one.
Okay, so the marker, the landmark that Jay was asking, it looked like Paris was basically the only country that kept their expo in the same spot, from what I saw.
Hmm.
Now, in 1878, Paris Expo showed the Statue of Liberty and telephones. In 1886, the Statue of Liberty was dedicated to the U.S. In the 1900s, Paris International was connected to show Summer Olympics plus escalators. That one got me, the escalators in 1900. Free energy.
Stairs.
Huh?
Moving stairs.
Moving stairs. I didn't think there was anything of escalators at that time. So that was pretty interesting.
Actually, I think there was an earlier invention that the stairs came out of. They actually had somewhere a moving walkway. So I don't know if the escalators came out of that. I think the moving walkway was prior to that.
Mhm.
That
Jen, what other picture?
little
I think we
bits
call
of
these conveyor belts now.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and then in 1904, it moved from Paris to Louisiana Purchase, also connected with Summer Olympics. So I'm wondering if between Paris and Louisiana is when the power of the elite moved to the U.S.
Yeah, it's a possibility. We had brought up in conversation that Paris's World's Fair was in the same place, and Louisiana Purchase was actually purchased from the French. The land originally was owned by the French, and then you brought up the
Statue of Liberty.
Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
There's a weave in there somewhere for sure.
So also the Statue of Liberty. Oh, okay. Let's leave it on that for 1 second. But also the Statue of
I'm
Liberty. No, you found your donkey. There's Jay in the background. That's
My
awesome.
donkey.
Jay.
Found you down, okay.
He
At
enlarged
least
that,
I'm
Dan.
taller
That's
than
funny.
the donkey.
Also, on the Statue of Liberty was built upon a 5-star landmark, which was probably where the
Starfort, yeah.
Tartarians were. That represented them. So was there something underneath that 5-star that they covered up with the demonic Statue of Liberty?
You want to pull cards on that?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
I get a yes on that.
So is the Statue of Liberty covering up a Tartarian civilization from there?
It's sealing it somehow.
Yeah.
You know, copper can be used for good and evil.
Yeah.
The skin, the structure. The skin was made of copper. That's where the energy transmuted or transformed somehow. It's real quick.
I think it transformed good on the bottom to evil on the top. The control of the family.
Yeah, or was it like a, hey, here we are, an announcement, not just a beacon to the world, but an announcement to the world, hey, we're here.
Okay,
You know.
so Statue of Liberty, it was contracted to use that exact location. That's contract with the Lover's card. Then you have an Ace of Cups. Yep. In order for them to get the most fulfillment out of that statue, it had to be in that location. See, it's in the middle of the water.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's a Stargate.
Interesting.
Well, I'm trying to figure out what was there originally before Liberty was put there.
Okay.
It's not
Because the tower card comes in, something was there before and it was removed.
Real quick, yes or no? Was it a statue that was there before? A
No,
sunset statue?
I'm getting.
Oh.
No,
Yeah,
not in
something like-
our history.
No, I know.
This in the Tartarian. This is a Tartarian piece.
So they
There were
destroyed.
multiple things in that area. That's
There was another statue in there first.
Yeah, I'm getting
statue.
like a Colossus.
Yeah, they keep showing
Yeah.
first.
wow. There's multiple, but it was taken down and destroyed with the tower, and they walked away from that. Now, it's interesting, the other two cards is the creator allowed the deep state to do it.
Yeah. And I want to say just quickly that base, that Starfort that's on, there was a second one. We just don't know it. There was a second one like that because the original statues seemed to be on one of each of those, the legs or whatever was on that. It was two. It was that big. It was that immense.
Well, maybe that's why I pulled the 7 of Cups, because I got multiples of something was there.
Yeah.
I don't know. So
Yeah, I just keep seeing straddling legs like that's what's left. There's something we're not seeing, or is that outside of our veil? Maybe, I don't know.
But it could have been like villages, like separate villages. Well, here's another thing. You said it was on the Potomac, and George Washington crossed over the Potomac River.
Delaware.
Oh, he did the Delaware. Who did the Potomac? There was something
Well,
with
he
the
was on
Potomac
Potomac
River.
also, I think.
Well, yeah, he was all up and down through the colonies. So
Yeah.
now, Rocco,
you're-
you said earlier
I thought
that
we were talking about Washington. I thought we were talking about New York,
New York.
Yeah, but
and then we moved
Statue
on
of
to
Liberty.
Washington.
well, because isn't the Statue of Liberty at the Potomac River?
No, Statue of Liberty is in New York Bay.
New York Bay.
In the Bay. Okay. Rocco, when you were talking earlier that originally there were multiple statues of Liberty.
Yeah, there was originally, I think, 5 made. There's still 3 standing today in different countries. They're not as big as, there's not as big as that one.
Okay, because I know that they like in Vegas they have a replicated. It's a much smaller.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah,
So we're
that
gonna have to look.
I don't believe that was the one made from that time.
Right.
But oh, you know what that one might be? If I remember right, remember when they were going to reskin the Statue of Liberty? They built models so to see how they were doing. I think that's where that thing in Vegas came from.
Oh, okay. All right.
They shifted that over.
Gotcha.
But yeah, there's I believe there's a total of 5, only 4 remaining, and
Wow.
they're not as large as the Statue of Liberty.
But we don't know where. Not off the top of your head, probably.
Not
We'd
off
have
the top of my
to.
head.
Okay, we'll have to go
Someone do a
look.
quick
Yeah.
search. Statue
Yeah.
of Liberty is across the world.
Underneath the Vatican.
Probably.
Yeah.
Everything else is.
The top shelf
Yep.
to the left eye level. Yeah.
Aisle J.
4
yeah.
miles in.
Yeah.
Okay, so now take a look at this picture. We're gonna sit in. Do not look at Jay's donkey. But you see the lady with the long skirt and the hat? That's the way they all dressed.
Yeah.
And then you see that other
Wow.
lady with very modern
I see her.
heels. You see
Yeah.
her. Well, we put
And
we
right after
actually,
Labor Day. I mean, come on.
I said that
No.
yesterday.
This looks like Cairo.
they had a lot of different countries. Cairo was one of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
However, because of
But-
the way her walk is
Yeah,
and
but
her
look-
hips don't lie,
Shakira.
we pulled cards and she's a time traveler.
Yeah, she doesn't fit in there. She really
Yeah,
doesn't.
no, she stands out like a sore thumb. She just doesn't.
And-
It doesn't make any sense.
All right, well, okay, hear me out on this for a brief second. Look at the shadow behind her.
Yeah.
The lady in front of her, there's no shadow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and yet you can see the shadow of the donkey, the man. The lady in front of her has no shadow.
Um,
Well, no. What I'm wondering is if this was her partner, if they were together, those two.
well, we got a few people were there. When we pulled cards last night,
Yeah, it was multiples.
there were multiple people. Well, okay,
Yeah.
this is the
Yeah.
part of parental supervision.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah,
You want to say it, John?
parental supervision, please. The views are not expressed of this channel are not in alliance with what's being said. Blah 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 blah. And
For
blah.
entertainment purposes only.
Purposes only.
Brought
I'll be
to
right
you
back. I'm
by-
gonna go potty school.
So
Well-
we discussed the time traveler. What was her purpose? Why was she time traveling? And we narrowed it down to she, amongst other women that were there, because it was females, were there to steal children, is what the cards revealed, which is
Probably to hide under her skirt.
The short skirt or the long skirt?
No, the long skirt.
Well, they came from one timeline, went back to 1898 to steal children of that time era.
yeah.
And it was multiple years. One was like 1980s. Now, let's tie that to Cabbage Patch Dolls.
Yeah. I know that it sounds freaky, but a lot of people have been talking about that movie.
There is.
Go ahead, Nadia. What's the name of the movie?
Jay just walked away.
Patch
Town.
Patch.
Town. And they were clones. But what we found out, and boy, were we having fun going through rabbit holes, is there's this place in Cleveland, Georgia that has a Babyland hospital. This hospital looks pretty eerie. You could show the pictures.
Yeah.
They have black and white tiles that also represent some stuff that we know.
Yeah. Let me bring it up here. I'm going to show the picture of the outside of the building. It'd probably be easier to start there. Some people may not know this place exists because I sure didn't.
Yeah. Tanya, I like what you wrote. She is agreeing to what we're finding out. It's called Babyland. Look at the statues. We zoomed it up, and a lot of the statues' eyes look like bullet casings.
Yeah,
The
it's freaky.
Very freaky. And it was a little house on a corner, but then it turned out to be this huge, giant mansion.
I can blow it up any bigger here.
Yeah, but I didn't give the one that had those cases.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I was going to see if I could blow it up.
Yes,
Well,
you could see it. That one, you could see that one. Casings, yeah.
It just looks like the end of a bullet. It's just creepy. All right. So anyway, this place actually exists and is still open to this day. All right. Now, originally, this place started out as like this little house just in a neighborhood kind of thing. And then it grew. Apparently, their funding got so big that they were able to expand it. All right. Where'd the other one go?
So going through that, when you guys were talking about the cabbage babies, we also noticed that it was all around globally, not just in these world fairs. Jay, you want to talk about postcards? And postcards, babies for sale.
Yeah, I think the original postcards started somewhere in about the 1860s.
Yeah.
They went up through the 1920s sparingly, but they were still in circulation. I've seen postmarks on them as late as 1921 was the latest postmark I saw on one. And so this was going on. Frequently passed, the orphan trains passed a lot of these things. So, and in some of them, there's actually, if you read, most of them are in French, but the majority of them are sometimes in Latin even. But the ones that have writing basically say kids for
sale
purchase. Yes.
Yeah.
And they use a play on words in some of the later ones, 1910, 1920, to hide that. But in the early days, it pretty much is right there in your face. There's some that have Russian. No country was immune to the Cabbage Patch. It wasn't just a phase. The postmarks are from all over the world.
Yeah. So we got other pictures that we were going to show how the connections were to them.
Yeah, sorry. The dog one gave me the potty dance when I did my thing. Like, hey,
look at how expanded. Oh, where did that go? That just went and came back. Did you see the picture, John? That was the weirdest thing.
Blinding portal.
So you're doing a potty dance because you got so excited about
it. The dogs were, like, I want to go too. Yeah,
okay, well, you saw that big tree. I'm sorry, the big house. That's how popular it expanded.
The big house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, imagine, that was visited by millions of people. We get a total number, but if you look at that initial one you showed us with all those people there,
yeah,
they had to accommodate them.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that. Not just by buildings, but food. Now, there wasn't that many people in the state at that time. So now imagine what had to be done to accommodate people just eating.
Also,
think
do
about that.
Do you think they had processed plants to get everything packaged and delivered with these big fish.
That's something that no one talks about at all. Like,
Yeah.
to talk, they built hotels. Okay, well, where'd all the food come from? Where you're expecting 1 million some people, and even the state at that time, I don't think they had the what do you call that, logistics to handle that. Think about that.
Oh yeah.
No one talks about the food aspect of it. I'm
Maybe-
wondering. Well, sadly, I think some of the FOD was pulled out of those cabbage.
I was going to say sauerkraut. Yeah.
Just saying.
Coleslaw.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah, I think that, yes, I really do. Or another thing we were thinking is, like Jen mentioned before, Jen, you could show other pictures if you have those.
I sent
Okay.
one. It's up to Michael. He's just the one that gets to decide. to
Yeah,
put-
I'm debating what does the 8-ball say? Should I bring it up or not?
Well, I think we're old enough to see these. They're not
You
ugly
might be.
pictures, but it does. I'm not old enough. Oh, that one? Yeah, those were the postcards. Then we were going to show the tile of the hospital. I thought we were still at the hospital,
Yeah,
but
that's not creepy.
not creepy at all. But look at the relationship. That one's creepy.
Yeah,
that
that
almost
one's
looked like
creepy.
me when I was working in the doctor's office.
Yeah.
I was going to
It just-
say.
It did. I just need the glasses.
And they even managed to sneak some red in there with the checkerboard pattern also.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
And yeah, my hair looked curly like that too when I worked at the doctor's office. There's the hospital. She's just giving birth to one of the cabbage babies that came out.
Yeah.
There's so many things in there that Jen explained. That's really crazy.
This is like an IV. See the baby bottle?
Mhm.
It's like an IV. Now, it's interesting because this sucker is labeled. And it's called Imagicillin. And it's supposed to drip into, I guess, down from the tree into the babies. It's quite sick.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. And I've got a better picture of that. So it makes you wonder, like, this is like really in-depth thought process
Yep.
of how detailed they did this.
And quite frankly, there actually is a particular tree.
Yeah, that one's cool.
We were talking off camera. I had mentioned an olive tree. I don't believe that's the correct tree, but there's a tree associated with this somehow birthing process, a specific tree.
Wow.
Well, we were going to ask if this represented, what was it, the tree of life or the tree of knowledge, or?
The tree of knowledge of good and evil, because it's in this hospital, there is this big long stuffed snake that hangs out of the tree.
Yeah. See how far in the rabbit hole we go for you guys?
Real quick, yes or no, Jen or Dennis?
Yeah.
The quote,
No.
Imagicillin,
Uh-huh.
that's some kind of sap from this tree.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be attached to a branch.
Right. It's maybe they added something to it, but it's almost all some kind of sap from that tree.
Yep.
Real quick, okay, I'm gonna ask, is this tree in existence today?
Is in existence or alive?
Well, I'm getting
I
a
wanna know
yes
if
to the
it's-
sap.
If
I get it. It's there. There's few.
Because this tree is in existence there, but is it a living
Well,
tree?
That's what I'm saying. It
Is it a
does
living
exist.
tree?
It does exist. There's few. That's all I can say. It's few. And like I was talking about the olive tree, because right now that's the oldest tree on earth, an olive tree. That's why I thought it might be an olive tree. It's not.
I'm getting it is an actual tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a living tree. I could feel
I'm
that.
wondering if it's this is something they forgot to put in the Horticultural Monthly magazine as far as this tree goes.
I think I saw it in this year's almanac. But
Yeah.
Jen, can we see if it's connected to the tree of knowledge or good and evil? The tree of good and evil.
Okay.
But
Hey.
wait, there's more.
I'm getting a yes. Soft yes.
What was the question again, Nadia? I'm sorry.
If this tree is connected to the tree of good and evil.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they worked on this idea. It's there for a reason. There's your worker, and to manifest it, but that's the thief. So they're taking something that we know is a divine story and making it their own, putting a twist on it, because that's what they do.
Yeah, name Bert.
This will sound a little bit odd. I just got some. I got a yes on it. Whatever this tree is above, we see them as branches. They're actually roots. It roots within the air.
Ooh.
It roots.
So it's
through
an
the
upside
air.
down tree.
Yeah, can you confirm that, you guys? That's what I'm
Okay.
getting. It's a straight yes on that.
I
Strong
think
yes.
it's actually a flipped tree to not show the good but the evil.
I'm getting a strong yes to that.
It's almost like a reverse Kabbalah.
Something, I don't know. I just got it. It's
What does 8 Ball say?
kind of bizarre. Jen maybe have a couple more details on that, I'm sure.
Yeah, even the 8 Ball says yes.
Wow.
Yeah, I see it's a reversal of the Kabbalah.
Yeah, they took the original and flipped it. That's basically what that means. So you're not seeing it's a reversal. They just you're seeing the bottom, like good versus evil. Instead of seeing the good side, you're seeing the bad side.
It's the flipped.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if we went back, go ahead.
But the page explains the real truth of who they're after and why do you think they created this hospital? Well, let's make it all cutesy. They can make money because it's about dolls, but there's a deeper root. There's always a deeper root about all this stuff.
I'm gonna say, I just got something again. I want to say the people that knew of this tree commonly referred to it as a century tree. It doesn't come every century. They're still alive, but apparently when it can feed or grow these things,
Mm-hmm.
seems to be every century or every other century, it seems.
Wow.
I'm getting yeses. Can you confirm that?
Okay.
So you're saying this tree will die and another tree will pop up?
It's not that it dies. It
It goes dormant.
yeah, and it just like some plants that shrink back down.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
you're showing me.
Like an orchid.
Okay.
Yeah, but they it's like every century, every other century is when they can use it or something, or that's when it Imagisil or whatever you called it. That's
Yeah, it's like they drain it till it dies.
We picture it as an old tree. It's not. It just it blooms like that. It gets big.
Well, I'm curious to know if this is trimmed back. Like if someone trims it, a physical trimming. So you know how we
The
trim
ones that are existing today, I would say yes to that.
Okay. Yeah, because it starts a new growth and turns into this. So the baby turns into the big tree, but it has to take time in between.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I think they fertilize it with something so they can have more strength for when it comes out of its dormancy.
Cemetery.
Could be, could be.
Well,
Speaking
yeah.
of that, Jay, that's so funny you said that. The new Tesla cars, if you drive in the cemetery and they have the GPS camera, do you know it will spot all spirits that are walking in front of it in the cemetery?
Okay, that'll never happen for me because I can't get in the car.
But I couldn't believe that they showed that. Okay, Yeah, look at how beautiful all these kids are. And then right
They don't look
behind
freaked
you-
out at all, do they?
Yeah, right behind you see those heads that are sticking in incubators. Oh, there's another incubator off to the right.
Yeah. Let's see. There's another picture that shows it a little bit better.
How does I don't know understand how people don't look at those pictures and go creepy. Yeah, you know. I
You're
mean,
putting so much effort into
So
dogs.
yeah, it's obviously a mockery of life, but I mean, it's unreal.
Yeah.
You should see here. Now we're watching this and the excitement of these people seeing this baby being born and everything. They were like so excited. They had to go and adopt one of those Cabbage Patch Kids.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, but they were actually there watching the birth and enjoying the conversations. You got that other picture?
Hey, man.
The one with the little
You tear it
heads.
apart. I'm not giving you another one.
Oh, come on,
Okay.
Jay. I
Yeah.
wanted
I mean,
another
you know, I'm hungry.
one.
It's he's in his bag right now. At least he's not farting. That's all I care about.
Uh-oh.
Give
He's
him
like, did
time.
someone
Give him
mention?
time. Don't jinx it now.
Wow. This, I don't know how they're coming up this way. Okay. You put them out of order.
How did it go out of order? We tried so hard to keep them in order. But we'll get out of this darkness in a little bit, guys.
I was
But
just thinking that how much longer we have on this.
yeah,
mean,
we're almost
don't
done.
get
We
me
just
wrong.
want to show.
Don't
Okay,
get
but
me
we
wrong,
want to show some
they're
of the
okay.
pictures.
They're okay, but you know,
Well, are you guys okay with this?
we need a couple dad jokes in the chat.
Yeah. Where's our Terry? Or Katrina usually has some jokes.
Oh, well, I'm going to bring one up. You explain this because I've got to open this other incubator one in a different picture. But I'm going to bring this one up. You explain. This is another one of these weird postcards.
Oh, it's so. Is that the one from Serbia? So we were looking at the postcards, and the postcards didn't just come from France. Actually, they came from Scotland.
They're everywhere. Every country had them. Everyone.
Which is weird.
That's all Jen kept saying. It's weird. It's just weird.
Well, this is the
Okay.
incubator one.
Yeah, there's the incubator one,
It
but there's
looks
the
like
one
a
that I wanted with
microwave
the.
oven.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a
Check it
microwave.
out.
Yeah. Hey, mommy, can I get an easy bake oven too? That's probably where it came out. Yeah, this one, babies for sale.
Yep.
That one, where'd that one come from? That's from France. Bibis à vendre.
Right. And I mean, on
Scotland.
some of those postcards, they would actually have the names for the child underneath the child's.
Well, that one's looking up his skirt, by the way, and he did prove that they do not wear anything under their kilts.
All right. Now, as we finish up, we found it interesting. This.
Okay, this is in front of a hospital in Serbia. Now, Serbia, the reason why this was weird is it's one of the inside of the Tartaria. So did they get rid of all the children and they had to clone children so they can reproduce, or they were not able to reproduce? That was one of our questions.
I'm getting a yes to both of those.
Well, this cutesy little doll factory, whatever, is one thing, but why is the representation global?
Yep.
But also the mud floods were global.
Yeah.
You have to pay attention. Okay, so now we'll just go through this little darkness, and then we should be out of this right now. So
Yeah.
Jen and I pulled out from that movie Patch World, Patch, what was it called?
Patchtown.
Patchtown. From that place,
Patchtown.
Patchtown, from other movies, were these cabbage babies actually real? And Jen pulled cards on them last night, right, Jen?
Mhm.
And you can say what you found out.
So I pulled cards and they were original children. They're telling you the story of how they mass produced cloning. The babies were taken and drained of the drink, if you know what I mean.
Mm.
And then the flesh turned to dolls. Now, because it got so dark and we didn't like the energy we were getting into, because that's never fun, I did ask, or Nadia had asked the question, what about the souls? And I pulled the creator card in judgment. That means he called them home. So there's no soul or essence in the doll, but that doesn't make it any less creepy.
Right.
But it was magician and the devil played the role in it.
Yeah.
But then when we went back to that tree, we had those glowy green things.
I don't know if it doesn't show up in that one. Let's see.
And we were wondering, I mean, usually you can make some kind of illusion by having very thin fish wire and oil and then shine a light to it. There was no pattern to these green lights. That was pure dark magic.
Now, when this picture comes up again, pay attention to the little green glowy things. Now, I thought, well, that's got to be added in, like,
yeah, that's what we were thinking, but it wasn't.
Like that's photoshopped or CGI kind of stuff. These little green dots down there were moving during this video, and I thought, well, that's just movie effects. Nope, pulled cards on that too, and it was black magic.
Yeah.
And then this video, I mean, these heads are moving around, and it's just weird.
There goes. We should mark how many times.
Sorry, it's weird.
I confirm.
What is it? You confirm?
Confirming what Jen got. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That it's black magic. Yeah.
Okay, so then we went through another rabbit hole and connected this to American Girl dolls. Because American Girl dolls, you have to submit a picture of the child in order to get a American Girl doll to look like that.
Yeah, if you want to make one in your child's image, you have to send a picture of your child.
Not creepy.
Not at
Not
all.
creepy at all. So we're going to pull cards real quick to see if
Right back.
this
I'm not
is
there.
nefarious too.
Yeah, we're pulling cards on that. You want to do an 8-ball on that?
Well, I get a very big yes on that.
Yeah.
8-ball says prospect is good.
Wow. Yep, they're contracted with them too. Deep State. They are determined to keep this process up. So Cabbage Patches are kind of old school. Now they move on to this. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Let's get an upgrade version.
Now, can we ask the question? Having a picture of the child, is it removing their essence?
You know, I'm getting a yes on that.
High Priestess, yes. Still magic involved, not good
Yep.
stuff. Yep.
Yep.
Oh, okay. We keep saying one last thing. Jen, the next picture.
I would
of
start
Blue-
calling you Russ.
Yeah. No, call me DHP. One last question.
Oh,
No.
DHB, yes.
The next one. Look at the new film. What was it? 2014? Was it 2000?
Going to the World's Fair.
2021 it came out.
2021 it came out. Yeah. And they're talking about them going through the World's Fair and she doesn't know if it was real or if it was a dream.
Now I want you to pay attention. Now, Nadia, I can just cut this. Pay attention to what she's holding. It's supposed to represent her eye, but it looks like a Cabbage Patch eye because it looked like a
Yeah.
bullet.
Yeah, that's the first thing I noticed.
Yeah, but it's also the Illuminati eye also.
Well, yeah, they do that okay thing over their eyeball.
I would good. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this is a couple years ago that this came out. Yeah, and it was Nadia. You took notes on. It's like almost like a video game setting, sort of.
Yeah,
And
they had
there's the username JLB, and we were starting putting pieces together. She goes, "What's JLB?" I said, "Well, that's the user's name." And she goes, "Well, I know, but what does it stand for?" And I said, "Joe Loser Biden." I don't know, but it made sense to me.
I
Yeah.
was going to say I would. I got a quick yes on that one. Was the things that are very popular, Funko, these
Yeah.
big-headed
Oh, yeah.
things.
big-headed bubble.
This is associated with the Cabbage Patch and the American Girls also.
Well,
Yeah.
It's
And-
normalizing it. It's normalizing it. Collect them.
Yeah,
Normalize
exactly.
Yeah, we were talking actually about the what are those pets again? Jen? Those little dogs,
Oh, the Beanie Babies.
beanie baby animals.
Did they do the same thing with animals?
So
Yep.
that was a collectible. Yeah, the Funko. We were looking at the American Girl dolls. I believe it is a Chew company
Mhm.
that did that. All right, now let's go light. All right, I think we're
Oh.
done.
Let's just a couple funny hot.
All right.
That's
do
about darkness.
Okay, confirmation. Corn dogs were brought into Texas World Fair for you. We're going to talk about food, not
Not boobs. Okay.
Dennis is frozen.
Right.
Oh, there he is. Shock face. St. Louis, 1904, brought up the hamburgers, the hot dogs, peanut butter, iced tea, club sandwich, cotton candy, and ice cream cone. The cone, not the ice cream. So Illinois, Chicago was the Vienna hot dogs. 1964 brought up the pizza in New York, dumplings, empanada, burgers, fried ice cream, New York style cheesecake, and Belgian waffles. And for you, 1962, Seattle brought up space burgers.
What the hell's a space burger?
There's a space burger.
It's
Burger you eat in
it's out of
space.
this world, man. I got to tell you.
And they had 44 food stands.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wait, which one had 44 food stands?
Seattle Space Station. Seattle had
Space-
44. I mean,
Cool.
every World Fair had how many food venues they had,
Yeah.
especially.
Oh yeah, they still.
And
have
then
here.
you
Yeah,
have
but
them.
those ones prior to 1900, you hear nothing about food. Do you know what I mean? I'm stuck on that.
Yeah, it wasn't about food until later, late
Yeah, but
1800s or early
Most of
19.
them are
yeah.
several hundred acres.
Yeah. And there's no food.
Yeah, no food, no water, no drink. Something's wrong.
For 6 months?
Mhm.
Okay. Do we want to ask if those were clones? Those people? They don't need to eat?
Ken,
Maybe that's where the
Which-
story of Cabbage Patch came from. If there's no food because they're clones, Dennis, in the 1800s.
you didn't know, but more to it.
Maybe we should ask if there were foods there.
I'm going to ask that.
They're showing me cakes and cookies.
I'm getting a yes on foods.
Cakes and cookies.
Yeah, mainly pastries. Yeah.
Yeah, that's,
Uh-oh. I think I know. That's what I wanted to say, but
I said it earlier.
yeah, the Cabbage Babies.
Mhm.
They had sauerkraut and coleslaw.
It wasn't that
okay
they
there,
were
Jen?
going. This is not about going hungry. Okay. I mean, the card does, but believe me, they didn't. The death card and the page.
Wow.
That was their food for the elites.
Mhm.
So it's basically just a gathering for the elites.
Well, they do the same thing every year in Davos, don't they?
Yeah.
That's why they're closed doors, because you don't want to see what they're eating.
It's
Wow.
just disgusting. But then if they started branching out to make more money to the open public, the poverty or whatever, then they would start introducing because they can make profit off of venues and things like that. So
We did forget something, Jen.
what?
Underneath that hospital was tunnels and gold.
Yes.
I forgot that.
That property, Cleveland, Georgia, right where that hospital is located, if you go underneath, there's tunnels and it's supposed to be laced with gold, but still tunnels. So we didn't go too far into that. They just said, isn't it kind of ironic that there's tunnels next to this weird hospital thing? It's just creepy. Just creepy. But all right, are we going to get off that topic again, please?
Yep, I'm done.
I'm just waiting on you all.
All right, let's go.
Y'all.
We're done. Well, we just wanted to complete some of the things we promised.
Human sacrifice. Top it off with a little human sacrifice, and
Yeah.
a couple little sweets and cakes at the fair.
Brought to you by
There we go.
John.
That was dessert. So you bring your own
Let us
dessert.
go to the starred questions, shall we?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Joe Smith has the first one.
All right. We gave Jen, me, and you high five. We did our homework. Oh, thanks. Jen.
We stayed up past our bedtime to do our homework.
Did you now?
Yeah, beautiful dreams.
Do we get a cookie?
Just a cookie. Just
in your
pastry.
dreams,
Just a
yeah.
cookie.
In your dreams, yeah. All right, first one. I've been studying tarot for a few weeks now. High
Uh-huh.
Priestess card has two pillars of Freemasonry, Boaz and
Joaquin.
Jachin. Jachin?
Bless you.
The entrance to inside King Solomon's temple. Why is that in the deck?
It's in every deck. Now, you have to pay
Is that
attention.
like a joker?
Yeah, sometimes you're represented by trees and different things. Good, Jen.
It can have different representation, but also pay attention to the J and the B is for Boaz and Jachin. Now, listen, you got to pay attention to what's on top of the pillar as well, because one has leaves. Okay, so it's like the male has the palm leaves that go up, and then the female is a representation of the fruit bearer. Okay, so that would be the pomegranates. So it's male and female. It's a balance. Okay, because the high priestess is a very balanced soul. Okay,
I get a yes on that, by the way.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
It's in all the decks. The pictures may be different. Now, I don't know what deck are you using? Because they're all representative of King Solomon's temple. Because if you look behind the high priestess, you see the veil, the curtain that's supposed to hold the close off from the holiest of holies. So you have to look at all the little details, but this is in every deck. It's just the art is different, but they represent the same thing in every single deck.
And also sometimes Spirit tells you what to look at on the deck.
Yeah, you don't always, well, I don't look at every little detail every single time you have a question. I look at what Spirit tells me on that particular question. I may look at the pillar, or I may look at the veil. I may look at her face. I may look at the moon that's going across. It just depends on what the question is.
And with like Jen, I always say how Jen reads through the cards. She doesn't necessarily read the cards. She reads through the cards.
Yeah, because regardless it's what because you know what the little book says. It has kind of a base meaning, but you make the cards your own. And if you're joining the tarot class, you're going to learn this. You know, you're going to read different ways. I'm going to put you guys to the challenge to read for each other. And somebody may read it totally different. Don't let that discourage you. You have to just give it time.
Perspective.
Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
DHP Jr.
Who's that?
The Jewish were known to create Gollum, creatures made of clay or mud. Adam and Eve, hint, 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 hint. Do they still create Gollum in secret?
Yes.
I think it's clones.
Precious.
Yeah, their version of it. Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's see.
Well, you also have to understand not all Jewish people. I mean, I think it's a different, special Jewish people you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they do. Absolutely. Yep. Still to this day, they work together.
Isn't Gollum the one from the Lord of the Rings? Precious?
Mm-hmm. Well,
Precious.
yeah, the original. Yeah.
What does Gollum sound like? Goyim.
Oh, now we have to imitate.
I heard
Well,
Gollum.
Smeagol, is it supposed to be Smeagol used to be Gollum? Is that how the
Yeah.
story goes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Hey, please quit eating the plastic.
Yes, yes, sir.
Listen, if I hold out a bottle, he will take a green bottle every time over a clear bottle.
Really?
I'm dead serious.
Wow.
It was a bad habit started from my son.
Is the origin of the word Mason my son, as in my son is my God, hence sun worshippers and the Masonic origins?
Mm.
Hmm.
That's what they wanted it to be.
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah, I'm not
magic
getting
cast
it yet.
spelling. But that's what their intentions were. It's that intention.
Yeah, I'm getting he's on to something. He's just not seeing it. But
There's a little
Yeah.
bit more to it because
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
secretive about the real reason. There's more to it because temperance also comes in here, and that is wrong language, wrong
Yeah.
yes,
English.
perfect.
I was getting a rephrase,
Dialect.
so that's
Dialect
basically
is wrong.
Much more to it, yes.
It seemed he's on to something.
Yeah.
I was kind of surprised I got a no, and it is kind of a yes with more details. But yeah, I was kind of surprised by that, honestly.
Going in the right direction, DHP, but it's about the English language. That's not how it originated.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't base it on the English language.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact,
But I think it's, to me, like I said, it's the intention with cast spelling.
yeah,
That was
also
their intention of it.
Yeah.
There seems to be, believe it or not, an Oriental Chinese something associated with that. It just came to me. I got a yes on it.
Sun Yu.
What he might be looking for. Maybe that's a better way.
Well, think about the Egyptians we know worshipped Ra, and that is the sun god.
Exactly.
So it could be tied into that as well. But something about this, the symbols or the letters not right. Don't use the English alphabet to figure that out. It's something else.
Don't look at the obvious.
Yeah,
That's
but
what they're
if you
showing.
think about it, like with the Mason, their highest is 33 degrees,
Yes.
which is also the
age of
spiritual
Yeshua.
teacher.
And it's Yeshua's age when he supposedly went to the cross as well.
But it's a master teacher.
It
So
is.
they think they are the highest form, just like Yeshua.
Yeah, that they're the enlightened ones. So there's different reasons, but I can understand the way you're thinking is, oh, my son, the son of God, that kind of stuff. They pervert everything, but I wouldn't go with the English language. I'd dig a little deeper.
Oh, I could also say, oh, you're supposed to shake the ball, not you. I also want to say, we also mentioned before that Sanskrit was divided into Aramaic and Greek. And if you're going to look under the English language, it also includes the Spanish. So if you're looking for it, you want to go to Aramaic, which is Hebrew and Arabic.
Yeah.
For that information.
Speaking of Aramaic.
Yeah. Speaking of, go ahead.
Is the diamond ring that Russ is fixing to buy a true diamond?
Are you buying us diamond rings, Russ?
Oh,
I'll take one.
You don't have to do that.
Wait, of this timeline?
Oh gosh, we're
Of
gonna
this
be that
timeline.
specific. Okay. True diamond.
A true diamond.
I'm getting a yes, but not the same carat that they're selling it for.
It's not that. I think it's not the carat.
Ooh.
Little...
You got a little bit of diamond, but this is a blend. You're gonna be disappointed.
Yep.
You got a little bit of diamond and a whole lot of glass or cubic zirconia.
Yep.
There's
So
just enough pure diamond in it to make it appear as a diamond with energy and the lighting of how you look at those little whatever they do.
It might be multiple diamonds on that ring, and one of them is a diamond.
I'm
That's
thinking
probably
like
what it
a
is.
zirconian type thing.
There's a little bit of diamond, so give yourself some credit.
Yeah. Yep.
And he's fixing to do it anyway.
He's fixing to buy it. Good.
Then don't do it.
Put that money on a hot tub.
Are
There
you
you
ready?
go.
Yes. Well, buy some matches. We got the wood and the tub. Doggone it.
I'll bring rubber duckies.
Human experiences are something we take with us after death. They are said to be energetically valuable. Do out-of-worlders buy or exchange this type of energy from the dark ones who steal it from us?
Well, let's do the first part and verify.
Yeah. That's what confused me.
Human
That second
experiences are
thing.
taking
Human
with us
experiences
after
are
death.
something we take with us after death. They are said to be energetically valuable. Is this true?
Are they energetically valuable? Because it is taken with us.
Okay. Yep. You harvest them. You gather them all together.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because remember, this is about your judgment day. Okay. All your experiences, they're not judging you. You judge you. That's just the way it goes.
Oh,
But
Lord,
you're gonna look at the brighter side. With the sun card, it's all about the positive things that happened. You're not gonna have to worry about. It's not like you carry all that negative stuff with you into. If you're gonna stay in heaven's realms permanently, you lose all that. You keep the good stuff. Does that make sense?
And it seems to me that although it's calling it a dark energy, the off-worlders, if you will, to me it almost seems that there's a wonderment in the expression or memory or energy. There's a wonderment. It's not so much for the off-worlders that it's dark, it's actually wonderment. Even though it may be a dark energy, they focus on the emotion and how it comes about in wonder. They appreciate it, even though it's a dark, maybe scary thing. They don't experience emotions like we do, so it's wonderment to them. That's what I'm.
But I don't feel that they steal it or take it after death. I think it's during our living is when they try to capture, not after we pass.
Well, yeah, I would agree with that. I think it's possible after death, but they do capture it every day.
Yeah.
Okay, just like, not to bring up Russ, but he mentioned about 11/11. Tomorrow's a special day. Just because someone says it's special doesn't mean it is. Okay, but what I'm getting at is every day is special if you let it. Every single day. Every day is a portal. You wake up going in, you go to sleep into a portal, you wake up in a fresh portal. But that's just it. It's about our perspective, and this seems to be perspective, this question. I see how he's asking it, but there's another perspective as why they buy it. Yeah, it is stolen. Nadia is correct. It's stolen every day. It is.
If we let it.
Yes, if we let it.
Right.
If we don't. So what do? We get up, we're grateful, we do our prayers, our gratitude.
Affirmations.
You raise the frequency because that's what they don't want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to the off-worlders, it's more about, like Rocco said, they don't have the emotions because that's the stuff they like to feed off of us.
They do have emotions, but I don't think they have the full gamut of emotions that we on Earth have.
No. Or to the extreme of it.
When it comes to passion and love and those kind of things, I think they're very limited on that. With off-worlders, it's more about consciousness. They do try to take their consciousness because that's brain power, consciousness, what their ability is. So more from here, not from here, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Moving on. Mary Jean, did my higher self help me astral travel 2 nights ago?
Ooh, okay.
No, I don't want to know.
Did you tether yourself?
Well, now you have to say something, King. Inside joke.
No, I can't say that. No, I'll just change it up a little bit. Hold her up by the scruff of the neck. And
swung her around and say, "Keep going."
She didn't want to leave.
Somewhere in there was a G-string involved.
It really doesn't feel her higher self. It feels like her, but something was watching her. Maybe it was her higher self watching, but apparently this kind of came from her. This doesn't feel higher self oriented to me.
It is.
It feels her.
It is. High Priestess, this is her. Yep. It's you, the essence of you, but you are also protected. That could be what Rocco's picking up on. That's the protection.
Yeah, that's what I'm picking up on too.
Yeah. So you were protected divinely. So guardians, shamans, ascended masters, whatever you want to call them. But with your higher self as well. So, ow.
I guess why I was kind of leaning towards this is her. It just seemed like it happened so easily. Like I said, it almost feels like they didn't help really in many respects. It was just like
just protect her to make sure.
Yeah,
the base card is the Hierophant by itself. It's very positive. So her light being, her spirituality guided you did it yourself. They were just there to make sure nothing went wrong.
Right.
Yep.
Good for you, Mary Jean. And also your tether won't let you go that far until you need to.
Yeah.
Tell her to keep focusing, feel what you felt, try and remember what you felt.
Yeah.
Like they're telling me go Look, don't just not what you experience. Look around what you experienced. Why did you experience it?
Yeah.
Be the observer in this. That's what they're showing me.
But stay tethered to the bungee cord or slinky because we don't want to lose you. Just keep going.
The slinky.
Lost in space.
The slinky's on my
Danger.
donkey.
Danger.
All right, let's go with if tarot cards are portals, does this mean each card a portal, or is it one portal for the whole deck?
Tarot cards are portals. Does that mean each card? Yeah, they represent different things. Depends on what kind of portals. There's stargates, there's wormholes, there's black holes. It depends on the question at the time that what the tarot card, it can change. Like the Two of Wands could mean portal one day, and then the next day it can mean density or timeline. It just depends on what we're asking, and the tarot of the energy of the tarot card can change. These are things you guys will pick up on. And you guys may study this when we start class and go, yeah, I don't feel that. And that's okay.
Is there, Jen, maybe this rings true for you. I don't know. I mean, perspective can be a portal, but what I'm getting at is it almost seems in between the cards is where the portal is. The first card affects, if we look at it as a portal, if you will, the perspective set, but it seems like there's something in between the two. I don't know. I don't understand the perspective. It's like
it is because tarot cards are about how they're aligned with one another. They're in a relationship. So every time you shuffle and lay them out, what is the layout? What is the question? What aspects the next card beside of it? It just depends. It changes all the time. The energy between the cards is extremely important.
Yeah.
Now, is it the portal not on the cards, but between you and the spirit?
It's both.
Yeah.
Because these are energy.
They are energy, yes.
Cool, but they are energy. My energy is in it. Spirit's energy is in it. All and nothing is allowed negative in it, obviously. So that's why it's important for me to cleanse them. And you get a reset every time you do a reading. So.
Speaking of that, Jen, we forgot one picture to show.
Oh, do not bring up no more Cabbage Patch.
No,
shit.
it's not bad. It's
Okay.
not bad. It's,
What was it?
Mississippi Stargate.
Oh, yeah. That was
cool.
That,
it wasn't bad.
is that one Mississippi?
Yeah.
2 Mississippi.
Is this like a redneck Stargate? I'm just asking.
You want to pull that up?
Trying to say, Rocco.
While
Little
we're
scared.
waiting,
It had
I
fan
would
couches on
say-
each side.
let's end the questions since we've got 14 left starred, and I haven't even gotten to what's after the starred.
That's
All right.
because we were working on, the misery of Cabbage Patch Kids.
I know,
Well, they asked a couple
and
times,
I
so we
want to
figured.
catch all the questions in here. So let's stop it for now because we're already at almost an hour and a half.
Okay, no more questions.
Gotcha.
All right, next
Now you
question.
guys pick it.
The baby.
Was there anything in the coffee? Sorry, we posted.
There is something in the coffee.
Well, there is in my coffee and I thank you someone for the coffee, but there was no question.
I think she put it in the chat, but she donated separately. It's to my understanding, is what I read.
Okay. Have you checked your coffee page?
Nope, but I will.
Well, but doggone it. Why ain't you doing it yet? Dang,
I gotta get better about multitasking.
I'll be back. I got a portal jump for a minute.
I'm trying to multitask. Okay, nothing in mind.
Okay.
Here we go with the question then. Was it the angels that healed the pain in my back and hips? Speaking of hips,
Go ahead, Elvis.
See.
Yeah, I get a yes on that.
All right.
It's like it's not angels.
Yeah.
It's one or two. It's not plural. It's like one or two.
Are you getting angels or archangels? Because I'm getting archangels.
Maybe I'm getting both. Maybe it was two, one and
I
one.
get,
Okay.
okay.
Maybe the archangel had to grant the permission. I don't know. But I'm getting
Raphael.
one of each. I'm getting one of each. Let's see what Jen gets.
Yes, it's a combination. You have archangels, but guardians, healers, and your archangel that did this was Raphael, by the way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Okay.
my Raphael is my green knight of.
You're welcome from them too.
So, absolutely. Base card on that is you can get it stronger about healing yourself, honey. So you keep working on it.
Did I say that on yours? Well, that she's working on herself, and that's what's healing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hear it. It's a portal job.
That's a portal job. Yes. The more you're working on yourself, the more you're releasing and letting go of that pain. Okay, popping back out. It's not working.
All right.
All I can tell you on that, Zababy, is I stay in prayer most of the day, whether you look at it as prayer, religion, or prayer, God.
Mhm.
That
Just
helps
communication.
so much.
Yeah.
I mean, it sometimes you're not even saying anything within the prayer, but if you're at least in the spirit, listen, that's the only reason why I walk, plain and simple. That's the bottom line. I worked on a door yesterday. My spine and the other things that God gave me that says I'm a man are floating around out there somewhere. I'll find them. But what I'm getting at
Open
is
the door, you might find them.
right, most for 90% of what I did, I was pain free. And then my body can only handle so much, even with my psych. So, but that's what I'm saying. Stay in prayer. Just stay in prayer. It helps so much.
All right. DHP Jr. Did the Jews name their collective group after Judah to honor the one who betrayed Yeshua and as a mockery as well?
I get a straight yes,
no.
but there's more to it.
Yeah,
Straight yes. There's more to it. I don't know if it's. I don't know if the mockery is Jewish, but Judea,
Not true Jewish.
yeah,
right,
yeah, but yeah. I feel the energy. What he's saying. There is a mockery, but it's.
Well, I'm curious to know if this name was the original, if that name didn't come until later.
I want to say it came later.
yeah.
Because it's like something got their attention, because this is judgment. This is looking into the future. Like this happened later, not originally.
There's people
I
around.
get it happened. That name actually came about after the 12 tribes, or minus 4,
Separated.
were separated from that area.
Yeah, because this is traveling, because that's the Knight of Swords. The name didn't come in until traveling was involved, and then the Death card brings in great change. So I don't think that Judah was the original when all the tribes were here. That's when the mockery came in.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
It kind of bounces off this. I want to make sure I'm getting. Okay. Darkness, Nephilim, however you want to look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Is their ideal place called Judea? Is that their Israel, for lack of a better term?
Yeah, well, while I'm shuffling on that, well, originally in the Old Testament, before Israel was given that name, it was the Jacob.
Right, Jacob.
So
Yeah.
it said so many names. So
Yes, I have.
yes, yeah, it's your fault.
Judea is
Well, I'm having a problem with it because there was no Jesus couldn't be Jesus because there was no J, but yet you can have a Judah.
Right.
Yeshua, Yuda,
Yehuda.
Yoda.
Yoda, Yuda.
Yoda. You don't see the connection?
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
you know,
and then,
Yoda was actually, or is actually, a nefarious demon.
Yeah.
Is I don't know. Judah feels the darkness is Garden of Eden. They're made up what they what their heaven on earth would be without humans or something.
Once
Around
again, this is
Jerusalem.
about intention because I think the wrong people are using words that they don't have no business using.
Yep.
Because this is energy of enlightenment.
Mm.
The true Jewish people have the right to use that term. But it's unfortunately been mocked. Okay.
Yes,
So they destroyed that. That's the original true Jewish people. That's destruction. And then came in with their own strength and took it over. So this is still about intention and energy.
Yeah.
and manipulation.
yeah. There's some that
Of
fight.
course.
They're fighting it on both sides. All right. Well, it explains why I was getting that. All right. There's so much more to this, though. Book West.
But that's the thing. That's the energy that they're feeding off of.
Yeah.
I mean, the more we make it a struggle, the more negative energy comes out of that.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd it go, George? Which way did it go?
I don't know. Why is it not
There it
working?
goes.
There we go. My daughter in Utah is asking why there was a 3-state Verizon outage this morning.
Wow. This is funny. I'm getting a connection. Remember how back then when we were doing the frequency or the EBS, and we said only the ones who agreed to the contract?
Well, that and
Right.
it's in pockets too. It's only in certain areas.
But Verizon didn't have it done.
They didn't have it done.
They did not have that EBS system go off on their phones.
Hungry like the wolf. Sorry, that's over on the big head side. Right.
Name is. No, I'm
No,
not gonna say
I'm getting the big A on that.
big A.
Happening all around that 3-state area.
Well, it's interesting. Now, first of all, it says get excited.
Mm-hmm.
Happy hands.
This is still lots of secrets with the high priestess. There's still lots of secrets. You may hear
Yep.
one thing. Sorry, our towers are down or something. No, there's more to come in the future. They are correcting communications too. That's splitting a path. So these companies are being tested, but the communication's going to change. They're just testing the waters. But I like the Page of Cups because that means get excited. Something's coming.
Yes. What is this?
Ooh. Okay.
Why am I disturbed over State Fair and World Fair talk?
Because it's disgusting. I would be worried if it didn't bother you. That's why
Was
we
Russ there?
stopped talking about it. So,
Hey, Jen, can we see if Russ was there during the World's Fair?
which one?
Why was he disturbed about talking about it? Was he in one of the World's Fair?
Like past life, did this happen to you?
I think some people probably need to know that we bring up certain subjects basically to rehash what is true history from what was not.
Yes, it is. And to make sure that we learn the real truth. So it's just the same concept. History will repeat
Yeah.
itself if you learn nothing from it. So let's learn the correct history.
Yeah.
And asking questions is you enlightening yourself.
We
Wow.
don't need to pull cards on this, do we?
Well, I did. I'm only going to give him
Okay.
3. So
3,
twice.
yes, okay.
Twice, Russ, in two lives. As a child, you were there, lost horribly, miserably both times. So that's probably why it bothers you so bad.
That's what Terry wrote in the chat.
Terry is supposed to be coming
Twice,
up with a
actually.
joke. Come on
Yeah.
now.
Mm-hmm.
All right, DHP. In the spiritual communities, they have this shadow work belief. Is this a deceptive way of calling upon the darkness?
No.
Mm-mm.
No. Shadow work is just stuff that you don't put out to the public, that you work privately. Shadow is not darkness. We call it light work. We work behind the scenes a lot, not on camera and that kind of thing. We're light workers. I don't like the term shadow, so I'd say I'm doing light work.
Well, it's not just that, but when you work upon within yourself,
Yeah.
the shadow work is putting things that you hid away for a long time. So in
Mm.
order to get rid of that darkness, then
It
your
has-
light shows.
It has
So
to come
that's what a
to light.
shadow, to come to light.
Mhm.
I got a yes on that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yep.
Moving on. DHP, long time. Okay.
Oh, is he
Am I
here?
uncovering? He is.
Oh my God! You guys almost got baptized. Thanks,
I
Jay.
would have watched that on
And he
slow
will be
motion
here
on
for a
camera. just so
while.
you know.
Oh.
I mean, no, 10% speed, 10.
Well, okay.
Am I uncovering the true meaning of sound and how all creation connects to sound?
Sound is vibration. So, yeah, frequency and energy. That's
Yeah.
what it is. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
Not to be confused with words. Words come from sound.
Yep.
This
Yeah,
is
I wouldn't
true.
say words either because words are still energy and vibration. So, it's frequency. If that's what you're working on, absolutely you're there.
Understanding, wisdom, yes.
Can I jump in and GHP? The one of the questions he had at the end. Why do we call it dark or shadow though? And that was pertaining to the other question. I know we said no more
Yeah.
questions, DHP, but one of the why do we call it dark? Because you don't want to face the traumas that you went to. So
Yeah.
True.
it is the dark side of what your past lives were, or
Yeah.
also what you went through here. Now, sorry guys, but all of us went through trauma in our life to
Mhm.
hide and block our light, except Dennis there. We all had to go through crap to hide our light until
Yeah.
it was time for the light to shine. So say, for example, you're looking at, if you were a light worker like we are, and you're standing in front of a window and a dark comes looking for you to destroy you before your light comes up.
Right.
So that's why we had to go through all of these traumas. Dark shadow work is to release those and
Mhm.
forgiveness or meditation or journaling, crying, whatever,
You're digging it up and cleaning it up.
to
And
let
trust
your
me, I went
light
through
shine
mine.
again.
Mine too.
I hope that makes sense, DHP. Okay, sorry.
Are you done with that now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I didn't see that question. I don't know if that was
Next
a question.
next
Just did
person.
Okay.
The next person is
Oh,
DHP
he's
Jr.
back. Okay.
I'm not
When the
drinking.
serpent told Eve she would gain knowledge by eating the fruit, did the serpent mean backwards knowledge?
Well, I believe the serpent beguiled Eve into believing that she would become like God, a god. So, which would in turn, she would already have the knowledge. So, if she was convinced, well, God doesn't want you to eat that because then you're going to be as powerful as he is. So, don't do that.
Mhm.
That's actually what the serpent was seducing her to believe. So, I bet I'll pull cards on it.
I got to know on that. I don't think maybe he's reading into the backwards knowledge. I get a know on that, but it seems that there's, again, it's one of
More
these
to
things
it.
that's right in front of you.
Well, I think
They're
the
looking at the wrong
serpent.
thing.
I think the serpent said Lilith tried it and she left because she got the knowledge. So Eve got to try it because Lilith was before Eve, I believe.
Okay. Now, this is just about the devil coming in and taking control over everything. If he can control mankind, humankind, then it wasn't really about words and knowledge that way intellectually. It's more about spiritual. The moment she did it, the idea was influence was there. He could tempt, he could do all these things. So it's not necessarily backwards knowledge. He just needed his foot in the door. But manipulating her into thinking, well, God's lying to you. That you can be a god too. Just do it. Just do it. And then he would try to take complete dominion over humankind.
Sorry. Last question. Is E. April's guide Enki, even if she is not aware of this? I don't know who E. April is.
The guide, Inky.
She can also be Eve,
What?
April. Eve,
Okay.
April's guide, Ink.
I don't understand it, but I'm getting a yes. I don't know what E and April
Yeah, I'm getting a
is. I'm
song.
getting a yes.
Inky.
It's one of her guides, though. Not.
Yep.
It is. It is one because the Lover's card is a contract, so that is one. So he's one of hers.
Yeah.
But there's a plethora of them because the Magician card comes in, so there's multiples. But he is an active one, absolutely.
Does this one feel like a trickster?
Well, see, we
Hitler?
know that them coming in, Inky is now not the nice one, but his brother Envil is.
No, it feels like there's a little bit of trickery in this. Half truth. On that guide. There's many guides on that guide.
Mm-hmm. This is interesting that Inky would actually work independently from the rest of the guides, which is odd because a lot of times they work together, but you know, looking beyond the veil. But I did get a yes.
Yeah, I did.
Mhm.
All right. Moving along. Since that was DHB Junior's last question.
Okay.
We'll go to
Is it the
next.
last question or the
Well, you know.
last question?
Somebody may
Well,
have.
you know.
Oh, here we got a question from
hacked this
Adam.
account again. There it
Yeah,
is.
question from Adam.
After Adam and Eve got kicked out of the garden, did they live linearly, considering time wasn't given to humans as an entrapment until much later?
Interesting. Okay.
Get like a soft yes on it.
It's, yeah, no more to it. It follows the same principle.
But it's not
It's
as
not
short as it's very
time.
long.
Yeah, it's
linear.
not time, but there's an expiration date, if that makes sense.
Yeah, soft yes, according to the pendulum also. What does Jen say?
Interesting. Yeah, they did.
Shake
Hangman,
her up.
they were in limbo for a while, so they maybe stayed put, and it was a slow process. And then the Fool card comes in, so they started on a new beginning, new path, new journey. So it's not like, hey, you get the boot. They may have gotten a little bit of help. Like, how the heck did Adam and Eve know how to go start gardening and stuff? I mean, how did that work? Instant downloads? You still don't know how to garden? Seriously, Michael? Okay.
My wife was the green thumb. I was
Okay.
the brown thumb.
I gotcha.
All right.
So yeah, it was a slow process of where they were going, because that hangman says they were in limbo for a little while.
I'll bet you can't guess where the next question's coming from.
My psychic abilities. Hold on.
Whoever hacked DHP's account.
Yes. What?
Gee,
Not Mary Jean. Was that a bunch of UFOs in the sun picture I posted on my channel?
yeah, I was driving. Okay,
I didn't see it.
all right.
I'll check.
No, but I did see a dragon yesterday in the clouds. It was
Yeah,
beautiful.
that was cool.
And they called it the street.
That's why they call it. the
Yeah.
street.
Look at there, look at there. A bunch. I don't know how many is in a bunch.
I
I would say
have to
5.
apologize, Mary Jane. Usually I see your stuff, but time has been so crazy over here.
No, I didn't see the post.
Once we're in a rabbit hole, it's really hard to come out.
It's too dark down
I
there. I
hacked.
can't find your way. You
Yes,
have
I
a
hacked it.
flashlight.
Jen, does this almost feel like it's a mix of both? UFO and non-UFO?
Yeah. Well, first of all, there's a lot of them are protectors. There's something going on up there. You did get an A, so that's a yes. It's a plethora of many. I think there's still some war going on because I have a thief. All right, so the negative, but with the positive, with that protector card. I'm saying there's a war. Well, the good guys are winning because that's beside the thief. We took them down. That's loss, and then the death card comes in. So they're making great changes, but the death can be an actual death. I think there's war going on up there. There's many.
There
Still.
were 9 up there.
Yeah.
Actually, I believe they were really busy last night.
Yes, they were.
They were quite busy last night. I pulled one more ask. I said, how many? How many did you get, Dennis? Did you say 9?
I got 9.
Yeah, well, I pulled a 10, so we'll throw in one more, but it's a bunch of them.
We just haven't got to it yet. It's a baby. It's coming up.
Yeah.
There's 4 more questions.
There's still one.
I had
question
her read.
before her.
I had them retype it, Jay. It's at the after that.
Dragonfly. So is all the Olympics getting free energy?
I wonder if they're still
Not
going to
yet.
have Olympics. Giving free energy or getting free energy?
Getting.
Because
Getting.
they've been harvesting so much of that energy
I got nothing.
of not the nice.
Not quite yet, as this guy
Yeah.
comes in here. But it is coming in the future.
And there's some, but not a lot right now. They're testing it.
Yeah, right
want
now
you to know.
there's a lot of inner fighting going on over how this is going to happen. That's still going. That has to be cleaned up completely before they can do it. But it is coming.
Does anybody know where the next Olympic is?
Your house.
I got a pool, so there it's not Olympic size.
Francine, questions are done for today. If you're looking to ask, just throwing it out there. There we go. Thank you, Mary Jean.
Yeah, I've got 2 more on the star, then I have to look down below after that.
Okay.
The baby. Could there be snatched souls in those babies?
I pulled cards on
mean,
those that
every
yesterday, and it was positive. The creator came in into the reading and said that he removed all of that and took them home. So don't worry about that.
Don't worry about that.
They've been taken care of.
Yeah, they actually, when they just had the heads with the cabbage, they looked so sad. So
Or terrified, yeah.
they were, yeah. But after that, they were taken away.
Do you have a joke to go along with that now? Now that you
Off
brought
with
us
our
down
heads.
again. Is that calling you the Queen of Hearts?
You guys are really trying. You guys are really trying.
Every time she takes a drink of that coffee, that's what's gonna happen. Okay. All right.
Black Squirrel is chirping up a storm. He has a message for us, I think. What message is Squirrel relaying to us?
All right,
Can you
it goes
throw
like,
a nut? Can you throw a nut out the window to me?
okay, I'm hearing
Dog.
it. It's going.
Name some
Dog.
nuts.
I'm hearing it. It's going.
I don't have anything. Sorry. Wish I could.
Did you hear it, Jay?
But
They go. The message.
well, slow that down. I speak squirrel. Let me see if I can decipher that.
But do you speak
Squeak.
Black
Squeaker.
Well,
Squeak.
Oh, black.
Squeaker. Okay.
first of all, the energy is changing with animals too. With the magician card, they feel that energy shift. But this is a do not fear, do not worry. Okay. If they're not worried, don't you be worried, because always watch the animals. But the Lovers card comes in, and that is just pure love. So the energy of love and positivity is changing, and it's getting stronger in the positive. So
Squeaker.
Squirrely wants to be your friend.
But also because of the energy changing, they're not used to it either. They're
Right.
It's
know
different for
something.
them.
Wow. The base card is the High Priestess. So that veil is getting so thin. They see the difference. We see the difference. It freaks us all out. So that he's probably looking for you. Hey, lady, can you tell me what's happening? So
I just saw you here in a different timeline. You know, they're also noticing and popping in and out too.
yeah, absolutely.
Now I'm going to go up in the bottom.
Okay.
Let's see. The baby. How much longer do they see me being sick with the lung infection?
I am getting your emails, baby. I know you wanted that, so I will contact you.
I'm getting like.
Oh,
3.
good job, Jay. That's good.
Sure.
That's nice.
Sure.
Nice.
I hold that with me always.
In fact, if it was dark today, maybe we should do that minute of wishing health for the chat.
Hmm.
I don't feel a day over 87 today.
You know, that's
That
Well,
young?
you don't look
Yeah,
a day
but-
over 88.
I still have to go back in the yard and find my spine.
well, at least it was better than the other
Ask
one.
your
You
wife.
No, they're rolling around out there too.
lost. He's just falling apart bit by bit.
Frame.
I'm getting 3 months.
Okay. Now, if you do everything that you need to be doing, take care of yourself. Okay. That means don't you don't be reckless, okay? Because you're trying to get your attention. You need to be doing something else or improving. Okay. The Sun card says you will get better, and I pulled a number 3 for celebration. So 3. So 3 weeks, 3 months.
That's what Dennis got.
Oh, okay.
Month.
Okay.
Let's see.
And then we'll go and bend down and pick up Jay's spine from the yard.
No more bending
Got
down.
there.
Well, at least it's not his
It is what it is.
testicles. Okay.
No, he said it's rolling
Use-
around.
Use
Yeah, they're out
your
there.
legs. Use your
I'll find
knees. Use your legs.
Okay.
Barbarella. I was told I was in the secret space program 20 years and back. Are they still
Ooh.
pulling me out for that program if it's true?
Wow.
That's a busy
Well, let's first ask if she was in the secret space program 20 years ago.
So no memories that you have?
I get a strong yes to that.
I get a yes.
Oh, wow.
Are they still pulling you out?
That's a huge ace of pentacles. High priestess comes back in here. That's lots of secret space programs and stuff. Absolutely. I think
And
you're
they are-
having memories at nighttime. I think you're remembering it. Is it starting to come back? You may not remember it right away, but you can meditate to ask
No,
for the
they're-
memories if you want them.
They're still pulling her out.
Yeah. Does she have an attachment to her that's having them find her and pull her back?
She has an implant.
An implant?
Yep, the thief card. So they can pull you out and take you. That's a density timeline change. They can pull you from one density to the other. So be very careful that this is positive, not negative.
That's what I was going to ask, if it
Why
was
not do that?
positive or negative.
Well, that 20-year program and back that they have is after their 20 years is up, they're released and sent back to the Federation and brought back here. But what they're finding is a
She
lot
is
of people
so
are,
good.
are having a lot of memories of what it was like, and she may be drawn back in. But you don't have to give consent. Just don't give consent.
Right. If
Free
you don't
will.
want to.
Free will?
Yep.
No more questions, DHP. Unless it's up to you guys.
Well, let's see what we got first.
And she has to
I
give
just wanted
consent.
to put on a hold on that, on the questions for now.
Yeah.
Barbarella says that she sent money for a question.
Maybe
Well,
that
let me
was to
see.
someone and didn't.
But
see
there
you guys
wasn't. Well,
because
let me refresh.
What was that, Jay?
I think
Well,
Someone
he-
just sent
both of
no.
them had a donation from someone.
Yeah,
That was
I got a
Barbarella.
donation. Well, there's no
Barbarella
question.
said that. You just put it up there
What was it?
I just put it up there.
about the 20-year space.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, that was done before, but I think we missed it, so that's why she retyped it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
well, yeah, the question wasn't in the copy page. It was just a donation.
Yes.
All right. Let's see.
You're welcome.
Bless you.
All right, guys. Warning, danger.
Say something funny. Read Terry's joke.
My twin took the hit. My twin took the hit.
Always for you.
Thanks. Thanks, brother. Son.
One of you.
Brother, son. Brother, son.
You saved your mama.
Let's see. I don't know. This goes along with the one that's above it. Let's go with
Mhm.
that one. Why call it dark shadow, though? That was the question. I do get the cleansing part.
I thought we answered that.
You might have.
It's shadow because it's something you don't want to address. I mean, think about it.
We all got dark parts of our history, so
So, I mean, think about it. Sometimes
Even I
don't you
do.
put stuff in the closet that you don't want to deal with? It's a dark
Uh-huh.
closet. It's a dark drawer.
I close that drawer. Done.
But
And
you can
it's
cleanse
pretty dark
yourself
in there.
without calling it dark shadow. My question still stands. Does it need to be called dark shadow?
well, we didn't create it, so I don't know. I mean, we call it something else. We just do
We could call
history.
it
Past life work is what we normally call it. We don't use that term. So whoever is using it, I don't know.
okay, but there's also the dark night of the soul. And trust us, when you go into the dark night of the soul, it is pretty dark down there.
Yeah.
So you
That's
do
like
that work
anything.
and you come back up. What is that?
Like anything, it can be used for good or evil, either way.
Yeah.
Dark isn't dark the absence of color. So it doesn't mean it's bad. It just means it doesn't have
Yeah.
it's not a
Maybe.
negative thing.
Maybe he's just focused on the word.
Yeah.
Dark. Yeah. But I mean, I get it.
This
That to me-
isn't
to me,
really
it's
a
like karma.
question,
I
but
don't-
it's
I don't reserve.
worth looking at.
Oh, okay, let's see. What is it?
Your last comment about energy related to the Jew question. I got an image, a favorite book on Tao Te Ching. Cha-ching by Lao makes me wonder if Yeshua was Lao Shu.
Yeah. There were how do I say that without
I'm getting a
offending
yes.
people? Yeah, it is because they're ascended masters.
Mm-hmm.
They're of the 44, the master number 44.
I don't believe it was Jesus,
33.
like in the flesh.
No, but also
I'll get it.
Just hit
I'm
it, Jen.
45.
I'll get it.
I just disconnected it.
I'm 45.
Yeah, it's the enlightenment in that, just like Buddha.
All right, going up.
I think that's it.
So let's do that portal picture, Jen. I thought that was interesting.
Okay.
It's
Quit
nothing
eating
sad. Nothing sad.
Wait. Are real Jews even alive? Something tells me the real ones got wiped out. Well, Jews or Hebrews? Which ones are you talking about? Judea? Those are the ones around Jerusalem. Or Caesarea. The Hebrews.
The
are
practice
ones
is alive.
Yeah.
The belief is alive.
Yeah.
That's all I can feel. I don't know.
And I don't know how to
Answer that.
yes and no.
I think
Is
there's a
alive
big
alive?
difference between
Yes,
Jews
what
and
alive,
Hebrews.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I don't think, okay, so if we are going through enlightenment or Christ consciousness, all of that is eliminated anyway. Those are religions, not faith, not beliefs. Well, they are beliefs, I'm sorry. Faith. So,
Yeah, all the religions think they're chosen. They're not.
Yes. Yes, I do. Mute. You're muted. Muted.
am I muted?
You were.
There you are.
Yes.
It didn't show it. Use the magic 8 ball on that one. If you have enough coffee.
Enough coffee.
And I have to see if something's going on, so I will quiet myself.
Says, no doubt about it. Boy, it's right on the money today.
All right. So not a scary picture, Michael. There's one that is, this is from the Mississippi World's Fair. And you guys tell me the energy that you feel.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Stargate.
That's what I got too. Yeah.
Yeah, and in the middle of it, that was amazing. I think it was
Yeah.
they captured it as something was going in and out or
Yep.
out. You want to zoom? You could zoom that one, I think, right?
No, I can't. I'm sorry.
I can. Hold on.
The feminine power will zoom. Ready?
Oh, and the Nibiru. Well, you know what? Look at the top too. There's like three more on the top that are barely visible.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty interesting. I'm glad we ended on that note.
Yep.
We're not ended yet. No, shoot, I still got 3 more hours. Come on now.
I don't have enough coffee.
Because you have spit it all over the screen.
Almost.
Okay,
I've been really good.
Down and make
I think I will take a drink when Jay takes a drink, and I'll be safe.
I just did.
I know, I did it at the same time. So that was pretty interesting.
Well, Peg, I think we got 2 of your questions already.
Yep. Yes, Peg. The squirrel says, "Don't fear. They know it's the energy's changing as well. That it's positive."
And they want more nuts. Can you help us
Yes,
squirrel
nuts, please, nuts.
Try Tony's nuts.
Oh, gosh.
Hanging low is enough.
He
already,
sells
more.
all kinds of nuts.
When you hear them bark and not squeak, that's when they're getting pissy and defensive. It's not like necessarily a squeak. It's like a barking.
But Peg, if you hit the same frequency, that squirrel might come really close to you.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I think that's it for the questions. I'm not seeing any more.
Oh.
Unless you want to check your coffee page and I'll recheck mine.
Yeah, I see something about Caroline writing something. I'm not sure.
No, we haven't gotten the Caroline question yet. Yeah, I got nothing on the coffee page other than the someone.
I got nothing.
Umbrella.
You got
nothing, honey?
Got nothing, honey.
Nut and honey. Cereal? Oh my God, we're starting to think alike. I better portal out of here by tomorrow.
All right. I think we're good.
Yeah.
You've got your show on Monday, is that correct? Or are we still in the
Yeah,
moving
I'll be
pattern
back
on
home and at it again on Monday.
Back to real life.
I
Back to reality.
Exactly. I got to go home to hubby. Tomorrow's our 30th wedding anniversary, so we're going to go
Well,
home.
yeah, you better be home. Shoot.
I'm still thinking about it, so I don't know. But
Or he'll have to come over there and get you
he doesn't know
out of
where
out of
I'm at.
that hot tub in the front yard, you know?
He doesn't know where I'm at, so it's okay.
And
He knows
guess
the state that I'm in, but he doesn't
He's
know
a
anything.
Marine. He will find you.
Oh, I know. And by the way, happy birthday, Marine Corps. Today is the Marine Corps
Yes,
birthday.
indeed. Happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday,
Marine.
Marines.
Semper Fi.
Yeah.
Ooh-ah.
Yep.
Ooh-ah.
Ooh-ah.
Okay, I'll be on tomorrow at 2.
Okay.
Oh,
My
I will
time.
try. I won't be there. So
I will miss you, Nadia.
I know you
shaman
will.
at the
He will
fair.
cry all day.
There, Dennis. There. I will be with you in spirit.
All right. Your spirit is accepted.
It's always expected. Jen, we forgot oracles.
You may pass. Yeah, no oracles today.
No oracles today.
No.
You may pass then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We shall see you all.
Oh,
wait.
We're gonna
Next
do. Go ahead, Dennis. Go ahead.
Next week's roundtable, what are we going to do? Tartaria or Enoch?
I'm all for start poking Enoch around.
Well,
Not
Enoch
literally.
may not like to be poked by a bear, you know.
Your anniversary's
poke the
tomorrow.
bear.
Don't poke him.
Oh.
What do you think, Jay? What say you, Jay?
I'll do Enoch. Tartaria we haven't touched on Enoch. Let's do Enoch.
Yeah.
Okay, what
That
say
sounds
you?
good to me.
Okay, so because it was such a dark subject that we talked upon, can we just do 1 minute of spreading health to the live chat or whoever views? Just health.
Okay.
Picture, we're going to
I'm gonna go.
picture yourself healthy.
I got a couple things to do. Love you guys.
All right.
All right.
Love you, Jay. Should I do 1 minute?
Just make sure that you pull all the cords out that need to be pulled, okay? And leave the ones that need to be.
So as we are picturing health, healing to each and every one of us, picture yourself healing the spot that you need healing.
Mhm.
All right. All right. Are we ready to begin?
Yep.
And I will send some healing to everybody here in the live chat.
Okay.
And begin. Focus on the part, focus on your breathing. Focus on the white light surrounding the place you want to heal. That is the quickest minute ever.
Yeah. Well, if we'd stop jumping time.
Well, I hope you guys felt something because I did give send some energy and healing to all. For
You're shrinking.
anybody, you're shrinking. Oh no,
shrinking.
med beds. Oh my God, we want them getting bigger. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, I did
How
send
low
light.
can you go?
I did send light and love, and this is also
Right.
quantum. So anytime this
Okay.
is viewed, if you want to zoom up to this time, it will continue to focus on the healing.
We got cold in here all of a sudden.
You want heat? Okay. Love you guys.
All right, love and light.
Thank
See
you,
you
guys.
back.
See you all tomorrow.
You back at
Okay.
home. Bye.
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 now. Bye. Got to hit that hot tub in the front yard.